Hey everybody, KC here. So today, part 6 in our ongoing series about management and leadership based on conversations held at the WAFC meeting in Denver recently. And again, terrific panel. Kevin Curry of Albertsons, Wendy Coldacina of Costco, Levi Wingo of Raley's, Nick Schott of Red Bull, Toby Saricki of Albertsons, Jake Sochi of PepsiCo, Adria Campbell of Malk Organics, and Paul Stoffel of Stater Brothers. And today, talk about generational differences. What people have learned from being either the older generation or the younger generation about management and leadership. Enjoy. It's interesting. I mean, it becomes kind of a cliche, the notion of generational differences between leaders and the people they're trying to lead. But it was interesting. Somebody at breakfast this morning mentioned to me the notion, and asked me to bring it up, so I will. The notion of reverse mentorship, which is somebody who is higher up on the food chain being willing to be mentored to some degree by younger people who maybe are more attuned to emotional intelligence or throw their emotional baggage on the table or whatever it happens to be. To what degree, especially those of you who are further along in your careers at this point, do you think about that? Being mentored to some degree by people younger than you who just see the world differently.
Keep looking like the old guy at the end every time here, Kevin.
Yeah, but I think we've established that you're not the oldest person on this panel.
We did establish you are the original KC. I will give you credit for that. I don't know if it's reverse mentorship. I like to sit in rooms with different folks and see how they're handling situations. And I'm in stores and I know I'm supposed to be paying attention to the person I'm talking to, but like I'll watch the DM in the background and see how they're working with somebody. Or I'll watch a department head in the other department while I'm talking to one department head and see how they're working with one of their associates. So I don't know if that's reverse mentorship as much as I'm trying to observe, to learn, and to see, okay, well, that looks like somebody who's got good people skills, and maybe they will be a good trainer, or there's something there with that individual. So I like I said, I've never thought of the term as reverse mentorship, but I think I've gotten a lot more observant over the years and tried to figure out what's going on with some things, and okay, how can I wean that and take that to a broader group?
Nick, you're nodding. I can barely see you, but I think you're nodding.
That's great. Second oldest. Thanks for that. So I was sliding back and Kevin slid forward, so thank you for the first one. I think, so Jim Lee taught us along with Cynthia that we are constantly to be students of the industry. And I think part of the industry is being a student of the people. And I think if anything has taught us is how fast technology has changed the way we do things. You think about Gen Zers, essentially 80% of them now carry around a digital wallet. Millennials, 2/3. I'm an Xer. Kevin and I are right there together, I think, give or take, and I use a digital wallet. And I won't shop at places that don't utilize that form of payment. I just don't do it. And if I hadn't listened to my kids tell me about that, like, why are you so old school, have that thing in your back pocket with a bunch of cards, I wouldn't have changed. And what I think is really compelling is if you think about being a student of the industry, it tells you one thing about finding root cause on supply chain and everything else. But there is so much on the forefront about how this next generation, the alphas, the betas, it should be, someone will help me, Greek alphabet, gamma, delta, whoever's next after this, that we will arguably contend with, that they will think about products. Their social opinion leaders and influencers are right there in their pocket. Someone's got a phone handy, I'm sure. And how we listen to how they think, how they speak, how they act is of critical importance of being a student of the people, if I'm just in my perspective.
Well, and I think you make a really good point. Like, our kids are very often our best teachers, and if you pay attention to them. Go ahead.
I think for me, there was an example. I don't think it's reverse mentorship because I don't know if Greg got anything out of this, but something, Greg came to our company and a couple years later, COVID hit. And when COVID hit, I remember I was walking through a hallway and he stopped me, and before then we'd have just, hi, how you doing? How's the family? This time he stopped me and said, I need your help, right? And I was like, Isaiah, put me in. Put me in, coach. And it was to be on part of an executive committee every morning to make decisions on what we do every day to help take care of our customers. And it helped me realize that, and I use that now. So I don't know if it's reverse mentorship, but I'm always asking my team, I need your help. I need your help with this, right? And I learn from them in that situation because they might have more experience, whether it's in the company, how our system works, more experience in the situation, and I learn from them.
Well, I'll say one thing. I mean, based on just on the two capstone presentations we saw yesterday and today, I learned a ton from people a lot younger, and they just had a different perspective on things. It was it was so incredibly educational. Adrian.
I mean, I think the perspective on this for me is if I don't do it, someone else is going to, right? And someone else is going to get the benefit of, of that reverse mentorship. And so understanding this next generation and understanding what's important to them needs to be critical for us as we innovate and think about how we're going to move forward as an industry and what we're going to deliver to the community. So to me, I just feel like this is one of those things that it's non-negotiable. It needs to be a part of how we think about leadership moving forward.